Hey guys, Beck here. How are you all this morning? I guess this video is going to be more for me than you guys today. I'm going to do a bit of psychology on myself while hoping to help others with my struggles. And we all have struggles and they're all different. Now, as you know, I was away in Tasmania. I had a fantastic, absolute blast in Tasmania. And then I got the sad news the day before I left Tasmania that my little mate had died. Now, please don't get me wrong. I am actually joyful that David passed out of this cruel world because I know he went to Father in heaven. So that is not an issue for me. So do not think I'm callous or cold, but I will rejoice because to be absent from the body is to be present with him. What I didn't expect was on the last leg of the trip, going back home where I raised my children and feeling the flood of memories and how so good we had a life up there. We had more than a life up there. I can't tell you the amount of things we did up there. It would take me 25 years to relay all the wonderful, wonderful things that happened. Of course, there was struggles. But I've come back to this scummy city feeling very trapped because when I was up in Mackay, I had high hopes that I would get back here, start at the gym this week. I'm paying for it, so I'm going to start there and do this and do that and change things, really, really, really change some issues that I thought were in my capability to change, which some are. There are some things that, yes, I can change. I've found out a lot about myself since I was gone. And it is only good because we need to get the dross out of our hearts. And I cannot carry any burdens anymore. I won't, because if I do, I won't fight for my father. I will be bound by something that will stop me from being productive in the kingdom. And so I find that to be a stumbling block. And so, come on, Bobo. And I come back and I could not be more grateful that my dog is still alive. But I will have to deal with this issue soon. Because he's just going, shorter and shorter distances. So that's part of my problems. But I think I had too high hopes of coming back and conquering everything, because I'm a very out there person with that. I set very high standards when I do. But I've realised that for the last 5 years since this has been going on, my awakening, that I didn't set any high standards for myself except my spiritual walk. And I let so much else slide. And I think we've all done that because I've spoke to many of you, whether it be email, the phone, I've read comments. And I think there is a time where we need to focus on dealing with issues that we really thought would go away. We thought that they would just poof, magically disappear. I don't like the word magic, not at all. But I think we sometimes expect the Father to do every single thing for us when it is in our capability, and it must be within our capability, to change situations. I'm dealing with a situation that I really can't change, and I need to rest in Him. It is not about me, the situation, but it involves me in some way. And it hurts my soul to see what's happening. It is tearing me apart to see what's happening. And the problem is that Me, myself, I can't do anything about that problem. So I will rest in that. I'm going to have to. But the issues that I can deal with, well, by gee, I'm going to deal with them. Because I've realised that, we all self-medicate to an extent, we do. And that way we can just, I know there's a problem there, but I can just look past it. Now, you can take what I say, self-medicate any way you like, but everybody does in some way, whether it be food, whether it be bad movies, whether it be alcohol, marijuana, or way worse, whether it be indulging in sexual sin. Everybody I haven't met anybody that doesn't self-medicate. So in some fashion, whether it be a small amount or in excess. But does that matter? The problem is, no matter how much we self-medicate, when we wake up, those problems are going to be worse because another day has passed without dealing with an issue or many issues. So I have learned so much about myself since I was gone. I think the hardest part was seeing old friends that have not changed at all. They haven't grown. And maybe that made me see my own stagnation in those areas, not my spiritual. I don't believe I'm spiritually stagnated. I believe that I have grown incredibly, especially in the last year. However, I see the other stagnation in my life. And this place is just filthy, rubbish. And what can we do about it? How can we get past these issues? But how do we accept the issues we cannot change? I know everybody will say, well, you just pray and give it to the Father. Yes, that is true. Absolutely. But I've found that I started to behave in a way that made people around me rebel because of my because I didn't agree with what they're doing. And instead of just fully loving them, giving the cold shoulder, so to speak, or just saying straight out sometimes, I don't agree with this or that, with what's happening in your life, and forgetting that it's not my life. It's their life I'm talking about. And so I know we've all got these struggles. But what I've found is the anxiety since I come back. I thought I'd wake up to a new day because only was back yesterday. First full day back was yesterday. And one of my dearest friend from my channel, she is my sister, absolute. She took the time out of her day to come and see me yesterday, and that meant more to me than you can believe, girl. And I thought, great, I am free from that bondage just by talking to her about nothing really, like, this and that. And, I wasn't talking to her about my issues, very briefly, but nothing like you would expect. And so it gave me a new release again when she left, and I thought, great, I'm right now. I went to bed and I kept waking up during the night and just praying, for the Father to help me, for today not to be like yesterday. And I'm not one of those people that goes to water. No, I'm not. So I had an appointment this morning that was set up on the phone in Tasmania. And I know what the lady said. Monday, 9 o'clock. Not next week. Will you be back this coming Monday? Yes, I will. Okay, 9 o'clock. Now, it's not such a big deal. But the way that that affected me when I got down there and she said, no, you don't have an appointment. I went, oh, that's fine. That's no problem. But the way I felt so, was it me that got it wrong? Was it woman that got it wrong? I started blaming myself, even though it's totally irrelevant. I started to go in a bit of a tailspin, and then I realised, whoa, what's happening? And I was about to go home, and then I realised I can't go home yet. I need to speak this out because it's Monday morning. It was my fresh start. And I started crying in front of her, but she didn't know. It was just not my facial expressions, just my eyes were watering. But she was too busy to see that. Because I'm getting some help getting my license back because I need to work. And if the government's going to give me help to do that, I will use that. Yes, I will use the enemy to increase the kingdom. And if I'm going to be working, you know, I'm not going to take on too much all at once. So I've had a medical issue with my hip that they don't know what's wrong with me because it's nothing that they can see. It is nerves, and that wears me down at the end of the day. So usually by the end of every day, I am really limping and I'm really in pain, like really. And I am really not taking anything for the pain. I refuse pharmaceuticals, especially after my last episode with pharmaceuticals, which I need not go into here. But I thought that, wow, like when I was young, I could just focus. I was focused. If I said I was going to the gym, there was no way I was going to not go to the gym. If I said I was going to clean that room and scrub that and do that, I would do it. I would set myself goals and I would achieve them. Jazzy? And I've realised just how unachieving I've been. I've put everything aside to find the Father, and I have, but I realise the things that I've let slide. And if I didn't have him, I would be saying, oh mate, come on buddy, hang on, guys, hang on, I've got to help you up. If I didn't realise this, I wouldn't know. I've forgotten what I was saying there. Let me start again. Okay. Jazzy. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, you keep away from those big German shepherds. Now, even my beautiful sister who came over yesterday, the deployment in the skies yesterday was just atrocious, which it is again today. And she said, this won't be helping you either, will it? So maybe the enemy is using those weak spots in us, and then there's certain chemicals and that are just triggering it. And yes, I know I'm older and I'm not as strong as I used to be, but that doesn't mean our minds need to be weak. And then when we are weak, he is strong within us. And so I do need a fresh start. And the one thing that I feel really trapped about is living in this city, because the way the rents are, guys, you know where you are over there, the price of the rents, we don't own our home. We never wanted to because it was just going to lock us down, and we were just people who loved to travel and go to different, you know, we only ever stayed in a house for 4 years because I'd always look for a better one. And I ended up down here in a house that I am not happy with one bit, except I'm happy with the area it's on. I just, if I'm out in the yard, I am fine. But when I go in that house, I feel like I'm entombed now. And I never did feel like that. Like I said, when I was self-medicating, I didn't feel like that. I don't know at this minute how to throw these shackles off, but I ask the Father in heaven for all of us to show us how to walk it out, how to not expect it all just to be fixed in one day, which I don't. I'm not ridiculous like that. I know things take time. It takes 9 months to have a beautiful child. Things take time to grow. Things take time until you can harvest them. But it's this day-to-day bit that we all need to work on, isn't it? Now, really, I can't elaborate much more on this than that. But I want you all to know that if I can't help anybody on this platform, I would rather not be here. I wouldn't want to be here. And I've got to be able to help at least one unlock something in their spirit through my experiences, which is all I've ever tried to do. I don't talk smack to you. I tell you what's real. I tell you what's real to me. The things I think may be correct, but still, we all don't know anything, do we? But I certainly hope this has just helped somebody. And I will keep, full steam ahead. I will. Don't think I'm crumbling. I'm just going through a few moments that I really needed to make a video about this. And then I'll be able to look back on this video and go, wow, I'm so glad that I dealt with those issues. The issues that I can deal with, not the things that I can't. And so I was so happy to be back. And it was like the depression cloud. I don't even get depression, but this depressive cloud come over me and said, you're back. Now you're trapped again. It's a lie from the enemy to stop me growing, to stop me speaking, to stop me breathing. So if you get anything out of this, I would really appreciate that you do let me know. I don't want a pat on the back, guys. I just need some spiritual food. So my screen's gone dark, but I can see it's still recording. And we're all in this together. That is the real part, and it's mostly all the people around us can't see, and that's okay. They will sooner or later, or they won't. But I know he's coming to judge the earth now, definitely. And I know these entities are here, definitely. And I know that we can't stop this, definitely. And we should not be praying against it, because Father gave everybody enough time to repent, didn't he? We all know that. And we're still going to go out of here unclean, but we're going out repentant and trying our best to be our best every day. Stay safe, stay strong, keep praying. Don't stop reading the Word because of the Bible changes that are real. And that's another issue. There's Vincent Rhodes out there who I really respected for so long. He is telling everybody, definitely, the Bible hasn't changed, definitely. That upset me so, that a man of the Father is in such denial. It so upset me. I was one of his very few moderators on his channel. I still am. But I can't participate with somebody who will just begrudgingly deny and not look. And I'm glad that my problems are different to those of that. Okay? It's not a salvation issue, but it can lead to deception. And if we are deceived, we can be caught up to go another way. So be very careful. Remember, he said he would write his word on the tablets of your heart. Amos 8:11, there will be a famine of the word in the end times, not a famine of food. Okay? Here is our famine of the word. Just pray for Vincent Rhodes, guys. I know he will see. I just hope he doesn't see when it's just too late, right on the edge, because he's leading people the wrong way. But I didn't do this to bag anyone out. You know that. I love Vincent Rhodes. I really do. We all need to speak out when we see that somebody is leading a lot of people. He's got many more people than me, leading them off a track. So I pray for Vincent Rhodes. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it there. My battery's going to go dead anyway, and I think that I've covered most of the bases I wanted to, and if I didn't, I will do a part 2 to this. Maybe the Father will open up more in me as the day goes along. But I can tell you one thing, I can't even watch the doom and gloom anymore. I just want to focus on going in the direction that he wants me to go in, not the direction I think I should go or the direction I want to go. I want to be used by him wholly, solely, totally. Give it all. Less of me, Father, more of you. Actually, none of me, all of you. And then I will shine like the brightness of heaven. We all will. I love you all. This is Beck. By the way, I'm so shadow banned. So if you could leave just even whatever comment, just a thumbs up or whatever, just to let me know how many people are seeing this, because it's ridiculous how it's hardly any now. Just before that big cull, what they did, I was up to 1,500 views per video. And I've only got 3,000 subscribers, and that hasn't moved forever. And so it'd be nice to know that who is watching me still. You don't have to say anything, just let me know. And Mark Hill, I will get to you, my friend. I've just been so busy, as you can imagine. And I just want to get my head together a bit, and then I will contact you, Mark. So don't think I've forgotten you, because I honestly have not. Okay, guys, this is Beck, and I really am out this time. Okay, bye.